A few years ago, I bred thousands and thousands of guppies accidentally. Today I'm going to explain to you guys how on earth I exactly did that and how we're going to do it again today. A few years ago, before I was making videos, I kept a couple of sliders, a map turtle, a couple of terrapins in a 300-gallon stock tank. I do think that I actually have a video of that on the channel if you scroll way back. So I kept turtles in there and I decided to get some feeder fish, some tropical, feeder guppies. That 300-gallon stock tank I would keep in my basement during the winter time, and then when it was warm, I would take the whole thing and roll it up the basement steps and take it outside. Then when winter would hit, I would tear the whole thing down and move the whole thing into the basement. So when I was moving all of the turtles and the fish outside one year, I counted. I have on video, you can see there's only like 12 or 15 of these little guppies because they're the only ones that survived from inside in the winter. In that pond, the turtles had eaten the rest. So guppies are live-bearing fish. That means that they have live babies. The females have the eggs inside of them. The males then come and fertilize them. Then they hatch inside the females, and then the females plop them out when their stomachs get big. The issue is that the fish can and will cannibalize the young. If you have other live bears in there as well, other fish will come and eat those baby guppies. So during the winter time, the water was like crystal clear. I had good filtration. The turtles would take out some of the adults, and they really didn't have the means to reproduce to keep up. The babies had nowhere to hide and nowhere to go. So they would just get picked off. And then I moved them outside. There's only 12 or 15 fish. Literally, I counted 12 to 15 fish, and I moved them outside. I thought nothing of it. This had to be in May, and then all of a sudden around June or July, my water turned to pea soup, which was, not a problem because the water quality was testing well. Green water does not equal unhealthy water, and the turtles were thriving. They loved it. It's way more natural for them. It was also way more natural for the fish. I would toss these Reptomin sticks into the water when I would feed them. All of a sudden the stick would get knocked back and forth really quickly and disappear. And I was like, what the heck is going on? Because all I would do is feed the turtles. There's not really too physical health checks. I wasn't really paying too close of attention because the water was green. What the heck am I gonna look at? And so I decided to try it again. Toss a couple of sticks in, and I noticed that they just completely disappear. So as I walked closer to this tub, I looked in, and because the guppies were dark, I couldn't see them. They disappear in that pea soup, but there are just thousands of them. Thousands of them. I would dip the stick and hold it, and they would all come up like little piranhas and eat the entire thing and take it away. Because that water was pea soup, it was totally green, that was all little microbacteria, little microorganisms and things for the baby fish to eat. The turtles couldn't see and therefore chase and eat the fish, at least not that much. The parents couldn't see and chase and eat the fry, which is baby guppies, they're called fry. And I had a little shallow area with some plants and whatnot that was the perfect nursery for these baby fish to grow up and then join the rest. And so after a few months, my 15 guppies, whatever it was, turned into well over 1,000 to 3,000 is my estimate. I would literally take my net and scoop into the pond, and it would just be full of guppies. It was absolute insanity. So for this next part of the video, let's take a look outside, shall we? A few weeks ago, I set up this 300-gallon turtle pond, very similar to the one that I had like 5 or 6 years ago. This is going to be specialized for some of my more particular ornate diamondback terrapins. But then I took a look at the water, and well, it's not exactly totally clear. And so at first I thought, oh, this kind of sucks. It's a little annoying. It should clear up though with proper filtration and water changes. But regardless, it reminded me of those couple of years ago when I had all of those baby fish. Look at everyone coming up on the beach. Guys, you're not in today's video, you crazies. They're all begging for food. Look at Mr. Urkel. So sweet of them. Regardless though, guys, this reminded me of the time when I accidentally bred all of those fish. And so I thought to myself, why don't we do it again? If you guys remember, inside in my garage, I have been keeping some of my terrapins that I didn't want to go through brumation. And I also got a bunch of tropical fish for them to enjoy and to eat the scraps of food and whatnot, just enrichment and all that fun stuff. I would like the animals in here to also have some of that enrichment. I would also like to breed tons of tropical fish with very minimal or no effort. So I'm gonna go in the garage, get some of those tropical fish. I have some swordtails and platies and some guppies. I think we're gonna toss them all in here and see what the heck happens. Also, in my main pond, check it out, I also have tons of these little black mosquito fish, Gambusia. They eat anything and everything in this pond. They'll eat some of the algae, they'll eat, hi Urkel, they'll eat some of the mosquito larvae, they'll eat any icky nasties that I don't want, any bug larvae and weird stuff. And one of the best parts is that I built this mini pond that that has all of these plants and things, and all of a sudden the mosquito fish population completely exploded, and now I have tons of these mosquito fish. All right, y'all, just a quick little tip that is one of my gambusia mosquito fish, the little live bears that I have in here that eat all of the little like bugs and things and mosquito that I don't like. This is Logan. He came over, he's like next door, and he's like, hey, what'd you say? What'd you say, boy?
I said, hey, are you Dan the Turtle Man?
I said, yeah, it's me. So now we're just hanging out, catching fish, doing all kinds of fun stuff.
I caught a bass in that pond over there. Actually.
This boy I watched catch a massive bass in that pond. Maybe I'll have to get some fishing done in some future videos. All right, toss it, toss it, toss it.
There we go.
And she is just fine. Awesome.
Like and subscribe.
Like, he knows what it's about. Like and subscribe. You heard the man. So here we've got our little container with water. I've got my net. The fish were already, look, they're already coming up because they know that it's food time. I'm gonna see if I can jabait a couple of them by putting some food in the net and see if I can just capture them that way. Oh, there's one. We have a guppy. Got a swordtail. Yes, I got one of the swordtails. I didn't think I'd be able to get them. Awesome. So we managed to get two. I think these are male swordtails, which sucks. I was looking to get some girls, a female platy, 4 male guppies, some baby platies, some baby guppies. We are now gonna do the Dan method of acclimation, which is where you just kinda, the water's generally similar temperatures, so we're just gonna give them a little bit of that new water and let them slowly adjust.
A few moments later.
Alrighty, it's been a little bit. The fish are acclimating pretty well. I'll let them sort of go out on their own. And there we go. Once they are in, these things are never ever gonna come on out. All right, so now I'm just gonna wait a little while, a couple of hours. I'm gonna come back and hopefully feed this enclosure, feed the turtle in here, and see how all the fish are adjusting. And just to make the fish more comfortable, to ensure that there's a proper oxygen content in the pond, I'm also gonna stir up the water a little bit with this little outlet from the filter. So now a few hours later, and we look in the little pond here, and check it out. There's one of the fish there. I saw 2 of the swordtails a little bit earlier. Take a little bit of this. The turtle should come up. She'll munch on the food, and then it should be broken up into smaller pieces, enough for the fish to eat. And sure enough, they're going for the food. Look, there's one of the swordtails. I just saw the orange. Look. There it goes. There it is. We got a good look. And here comes little missus. There's the swordtails. Come on up to eat. Oh, this is awesome. Here she goes. Hi, beautiful. You hungry? Look, there's one of the platies. Oh, that's so freaking cool. Oh my God, this is gonna be awesome when this whole thing is totally filled with fish. These fish are acclimated. They know what's up with the turtles. They know to avoid them. They know how to stay away and not get friggin' eaten. The baby fish are even doing well. And mama is munch crunching. There she goes. So when she starts to chew and spit out any of that uneaten food or whatever, particulate matter, mosquito larvae, algae, anything that's in here, these fish are gonna have a field day eating them. This is why I love adding fish to any and all of my turtle enclosures. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Subscribe so that way you can see in 2 months when I have 100,000 babies, and I'll see y'all in the next one.